What is up, YouTube? This is Alucard AFK with another MTGO game with commentary. You know how much I love Mono Black. This time we're extending Mono Black out to Pauper. And opening hand we have Guess Verdict, about 4 swamps, an Order of the Ebon Hand. It has protection from white. It's a 2/1 for 2 for 1 mana. Order of the Ebon Hand gets first strike into end of turn. For 2, it gets 1/0 into end of turn. You can keep doing that as many times as you want. Rancid Earth, destroy target land. It's got a threshold ability. If 7 or more cards are in the graveyard, instead destroy that land and deals 1 damage to each creature and player. So that'll slow them down a little bit. We've got some shadow cards in here, which are always nice. And if you don't know, if you're not familiar with Pauper, it's only commons. And I believe it's commons from any format that could be played in MTGO. So him Tatork, it cannot be played in Pauper because it was never in a online format. You can play it in Pauper and paper, but not on MTGO. So he's black as well. He'll bring out a Bile Urchin. Sacrifice Bile Urchin. Target player loses 1 life. We've got another swamp. I think we've got 20 swamps in this deck. And this format has a lot of room for different types of mono black decks, from just rat decks that discard stuff to a pretty nice undying discard deck that's pretty nice. This one just is more of aggro suicide, so that's what I'm going to call it, is mono black aggro suicide. And there's our shadow guy. Attacks each turn if able. He's a 2/2 for 2. He's got shadow, which means that he can't be blocked except for other creatures with shadow. Yep, this creature can block or be blocked by only creatures with shadow. So he's a nice little unblockable, really. He'll get Wall of Corpses out. Sacrifice Wall of Corpse. Destroy target creature Wall of Corpses is blocking. And he'll bring out his Bajuku Bog. We have that in the sideboard. Exile all cards from target player's graveyard. So the fact that he's putting that out just means to me that he doesn't have another swamp. So that's the perfect time for Rancid Earth when we get a chance. So one of the decks, mono black decks I play, Plains Baron. It's nice because you can cycle it out. If you get too many lands, you can cycle it, which means you're gonna draw a card. So we'll get another, and we'll go ahead and do Rancid Earth on his Soul Swamp. So things like Corrupt, these lands you can tap for black mana, but they're not swamps. So that's kind of one of our win cons is Corrupt, which we don't pull this game. But so he'll attack each turn. He can't be blocked right now. So, and he'll bring out another Bog and exile our Rancid Earth. Not that we care. And a Blight Speaker. I used to use this. It's an old school card. Target player loses 1 life when you tap it. For 4 mana, search your library for a Rebel permanent card with converted mana cost 3 or less and put it on the battlefield, then shuffle your library. So I don't think he used that ability. Maybe he's not using that ability. Maybe he's using that tap just to ping us. So we'll go to 18. He's at 18 as well. And we got a Sign in Blood. So I'll go ahead and do Guess Verdict. He'll sacrifice his wall. And then we'll go ahead and bring out Order of the Ebon Hand. Really like that card art. For old school card, that's pretty sweet. So go ahead and swing in. I'll go to 15. Bring out another Blight Speaker. And he'll do his little tap pinger. We'll go to 17. And he'll swing in. We'll go to 16. Another Sign in Blood. Put a swamp out. We'll go ahead and do Sign in Blood. And we got another shadow guy, the Whore. Can't be blocked by white creatures, and he's got shadow. So then I got a Mind Stab Thrall. Play this in my other mono black Pauper deck, which you guys haven't seen yet. He's pretty nice. If he can swing in and get some damage in there, you can go ahead and sacrifice him, and he discards 3 cards. He only has 3 cards in hand, so that's a pretty good bet. We'll go ahead and put the Whore out right now. Go ahead and swing in. We haven't used his first strike ability yet or his pump ability yet. Infectious Host. When it dies, target player loses 2 life. So his deck is pretty much the pinger deck, you know. Sacrifices guys, get some damage in. So he'll tap all his guys there, get some damage in. Got a Dark Ritual. You know what that does. A 3 black mana to your mana pool. Didn't really need a use for it, really. So we had plenty of lands. Go ahead and put the Mine Stab Thrall out. We'll go ahead and swing in. He'll go ahead and block the Order of the Ebon Hand. He's a 1-1. We're a 2-1, so we'll go ahead and just give him first strike. And of course that's what he wanted. He wanted to get that little pinger in. So we'll go to 9. He'll go to 7. So he put Death's Watch on us. Enchanted creature dies, its controller loses life equal to its power and toughness. You gain life equal to that toughness. For 1 mana, that's pretty nice. Bring out an Organ Grinder. Exile 3 cards from your graveyard. Target player loses 3 life. So it'll be a pretty close match, but I don't really think at this point that he had the guts. So we have a Victim of the Night. Can't get rid of the zombie. Victim of the Night's usually good on Pauper. Usually people are playing vampire, werewolves, or zombies, but so we'll go ahead and swing in with everything. He'll go back the Bile Urchin on the Order of the Ebon Hand, and he'll take a Blight Speaker on the Mind Stab Thrall. And we'll just go ahead and give Order of the Ebon Hand a 1, so he's 3-1 against a. Guess I could have just given him first strike, but we'll give him first strike anyway. Don't really have anything to do with our mana right now. So I'll go ahead and sack. We'll go ahead and do Victim of the Night on his Blight Speaker. He'll go ahead and tap it. He'll go to 7. He'll go to 3. Bring out another Blight Speaker. He'll use his exile 3 cards from target graveyard. Player loses 3 life. So we'll go down to 4. And that's it. Another Slayer. Go ahead and put him out. No point in doing a Dark Ritual or Sign in Blood. We've got enough to take him out, so we go ahead and swing in with everything. And he'll go ahead and concede the game on turn 8. So we could have pumped up Order of the Ebon Hand. Really wouldn't have helped him. So that is Mono Black Pauper, at least one version of it. Comment, like, and subscribe, guys. We will catch you later. Bye.